Hello guys, how are you? Today on this quick tip we are talking about engines overheating. What are the consequences of it and the causes?
So let's start here by the water pumps. Why do you need a good quality antifreeze? That is the main issue on this quick tip. That is the main issue on my project Alfa 75, for example. There are a lot of consequences when you are not using the proper and correct antifreeze. For example, on the water pumps, I have here an old water pump, and here a good working water pump. It is a used one. Just to show you the difference between a circuit that had kind of antifreeze with a lot of mud and water and debris, and a circuit that used always the paraflu up. It is actually really good, this water pump. So the difference is, if you do not use the correct antifreeze or use it at all, the problem is you are damaging the blades of the water pump. For example, on this smaller water pump here, what usually happens is, even though these blades here are plastic, inside the shaft is steel or some other alloy, and the steel will corrode because of the lack of the correct or quality antifreeze, because the antifreeze actually protects your bare metals. The shaft swells and actually breaks over here the turbine. And then the turbine is stationary, even though you are rotating this outer part here, this pulley. The turbine is stationary, and obviously the antifreeze will not flow. And if the antifreeze doesn't flow, your engine will overheat and your head gasket can burn out. Another consequence of the lack of correct antifreeze and maintaining it, because you have to replace your antifreeze with good quality original antifreeze every 2 years or 60,000 kilometers. Even though after 2 years it seems okay, it is not, because it is starting to be acidic. The problem with acidic antifreeze is corrosion on the metals, namely on the steel. And this picture here, you can see that water pump there suffered exactly that. Actually, there are two problems with that water pump. Let's talk about the second in a minute. The first problem, the blades are not there. They were corroded because of the mix of water, mud, antifreeze, and so many things that were on that circuit. I remember I replaced that water pump, actually. Again, if you don't have blades or turbines to move your antifreeze, obviously you will have an overheating engine and a damaged engine. For example, on the second problem of that water pump, check out this thermostat. What do you think? It's not too bad on the outside, but look at this. It is terrible on the inside. This is another case of terrible antifreeze, that it was not used, the proper one, or antifreeze at all. The thing here is, you actually will start to have corrosion from the inside out. Look at this, starting to come out, the corrosion, starting to go through the alloy. And the problem with that water pump that I show you on the picture is the amount of silicone that you have on the water pump. Why is that? And you may say, the mechanic sucks. No, it doesn't. Sometimes it does not. The problem is, if you don't replace your antifreeze when it should, this corrosion starts to affect the surfaces of mounting of the water pumps and other stuff. For example, the surface of mounting of this thermostat usually happens as well. Even though you have a new water pump to assemble on the old engine, on the used engine, the surface on the engine is very pitted, filled with holes, and the mechanic has no other choice to fill that up with some silicone or some other product. Sometimes I know they exaggerate on a quantity, but sometimes it is the only way to ensure that it does not drip. So in order to avoid all of this corrosion, the failing water pumps, the failing mounting surfaces, the cracked head, a blown head gasket, all of that is very expensive. But if you replace your antifreeze every 2 years or 60,000 kilometers, it will not happen. It simply won't, because that product is not there just to cool your engine. That product is there to protect the bare surfaces inside the engine, inside the parts, to protect the plastics, to protect the rubbers, the O-rings, so many things. Like I said on the project Alfa 75, I done the math on 30 years using the paraflu up. It is very expensive, a very expensive antifreeze from the Fiat group, but it was really a lot cheaper than the head gasket repair that I did on the Alfa 75. A lot cheaper. I hope you like this quick tip. I hope you are liking my channel and my videos. We are doing something different here because of the storm that is forming outside, and there is no way to record outside, so I'm doing these quick tips here. And don't get me wrong, guys, sometimes it may seem that I'm a bit frustrated by some subjects, but on this case of the cooling system, it really is affecting me a lot. Not only because what I see every day, but also because my Alfa 75 was really a victim of lack of maintenance of the antifreeze. Not only so, I actually see every day on my Facebook groups and with my friends a lot of malfunctions, a lot of problems related directly to a lack of maintenance of the antifreeze. So it's not easy to digest everything and just make a happy face, but sometimes it is what it is. As I said on previous videos, let me give you here a preview of the next quick tip. This is a bit out of date now. Very few cars still use these kinds of ignition systems, the HD leads. But I will show you a way two ways to diagnose these HD leads. See you next time. I hope you can like this video, share with your friends, and consider subscribe. Also, on the description below, there is a lot of information that can be useful for you. I'm talking about quick tips, playlists for everything, Alfa Romeo and other brands as well, and some helps for the channel. See you next time, guys. Bye.